Today in Abaco being the 23rd of July 2021. There's a lot of good came out of just the video and focusing on what needs to be done and what haven't been done. The basic necessity of having water. Tonight the water's still off. Every night the water's off. Every day the water's off. If it's not off, you have a trickling effect. September 1st will be 2 years. Millions of dollars have been spent at the water field, but when Kai Mills asked when we'll get back to some normalcy, they said if you're lucky, November. Why is the water going off when the power goes off? Because it ought not be that way, because we have, for the first time in our 48 years history, we have a huge solar panel at the airport, at the water field. But they say nobody's bothered to connect it. That's where Kai Mills come in as your member of parliament. If I would have seen that the people of Abaco, and I ought to have known because I'm the member of parliament, that we haven't got water. We went 18 months without a shower because there's no pressure. Kai Mills would have put that on the front burner because water is a basic necessity. We still cannot get water from the top when needed. We get it when water and sewage decide to flow it downstream. And it's evident we got a little bit of pressure after the video put pressure on the leakage at the dock. And this has been going on for 2 years. That water was leaking out there at that dock with such ferocity. They turned it off yesterday, but that was not the first time I did video. I guess when I said that the minister responsible for water from Long Island, he's like a fish that stinks from the head. If the head stinks, the rest of his ministry stinks. And it's evident he brought everybody from Long Island. If you go up there in the water field, there's nobody from Abaco that is there. Then the brother brought a bunch of Long Island fellas to build the bridge. That's okay. They're Bahamians. That's better than bringing the Mexicans all the way from Mexico. But I want to know from Henfield, can either one of them vote FNM in Abaco? No. And if they could vote FNM in Abaco, they're not going to vote it. They got to go back to Long Island to make sure the guy that's making them fat, making millions in Abaco, that they support him. You ask yourself, and I see government do this every time, PLB and FNM, that's why we married them as one. If the Americans give us a brand new tank, why didn't they take the old tank down? Are they going to leave it there for another hurricane to blow it into somebody's home and kill them? That is what Kai would have done as the member of parliament for North Abaco. Is that tank damn no good? Take it down. It's an eyesore, and it shall be an eyesore for the rest of our life. Tell me, Abaconians, why vote FNM? When we went, Kai Mills and his care team went on the dock and took 9 40-foot truckloads of debris that were in the pathway of the uses of the dock every day. Some of the stuff were there that were going on the Haitian freighter that remained on the dock from 2019. We removed it the other day. And as soon as we remove all that stuff, garbage is back to normal. Because Minister of Foreign Affairs Darren Henfield brought one of his comrades that was retired. This is why the country price is exploding. You're going to bring a guy that's already messed up his money, retired, and you're putting him over Aberconians that were trying to get elevated to the top. You could be minister the day after the election, but people that work at the port for decades can't get promoted. Henfield brought a retiree that doesn't know what it means to shut a water pump off, doesn't know what it means to pick up garbage or have it picked up. You inherit it. When you inherit the job as port controller for Abaco, you inherit garbage. I don't see how the Americans haven't closed it down. But what happened through us cleaning up and did the video of the filth at the dock? The government has hired Bill Simmons to clean up the custom area where all the transport come in. And boy, do they have a job in there. You imagine this area haven't been cleaned in 2 years? But the guy said, Kai, thank you for the video. But why is Bill Simmons in everything? There has to be somebody in government that the money is flowing through from the Bill Simmons company. Because I asked about the water, whether it be fixed. Oh, they say Bill Simmons has the contract to do the plumbing. Why does the government has to hire Bill Simmons to fix the plumbing at the new well field in Mashaba? When Bill Simmons those are road butchers. They came to Abaco to pave road. And boy, what the mess they're making of that. They have Mashaba all sliced, diced, and butchered up. You imagine you can't fix a patch in the road that you dig up the road and then you put it 2 to 3 inches and you put tar over 2 or 3 inches. I am not a road builder, but I would have built it up 2 or 3 inches, and when the vehicles roll over it, it was pounded down to flatness. But they put the tar on the road 2 inches below the normal surface, and they have destroyed Mashaba. It don't make no sense getting no new car because of the lack of care and pride for their job. Bill Simmons and his crew has butchered the streets of Mashaba and continue to butcher the streets of Mashaba. But a week in review, we got some garbage cleanup, much garbage, filthy, smelly garbage. Bill Simmons now have the contract to do the other side of the dirty port. But my question is that we have cleaned up the port. Can the port controller have somebody to continually, on a daily basis or weekly basis, maintain what we have already done? I was up there yesterday, and it's evident that they are not continuing what we started to make it presentable. You imagine Bakers Bay bring 1,000 people a day back and forth. That's 7,000 people a week. And they're just going through that garbage. At least Bahamas Fast Ferry and Brent Simmons should have adopted that port and pay somebody to maintain it out of that $25 million that he gave himself as the minister responsible for investment, that went ahead and took investment from Albury's Ferry and sent 18 Bahamians home. I can't never ever get enough of that. That Bahamians didn't strike, Bahamians didn't shout out. Kai Mills only thought that as a breach of his privilege of being a minister. He had breached his ministerial privilege by sitting at the table with an investor and edged out a contract for himself. It is dangerous when a government official give themselves contract. There's no democracy in that. But look at all the water that has been wasted. We're talking about $5,000-$10,000 worth of water per week, and somebody will owe $300 and they will shut them off. Well, who is paying for the leakage of 2 years of water going overboard? Who is to fit that bill? The port?